Hey Dan, it is let's see, what time is it? It's about 7:15. It's on Sunday night, and I'm making a video about the Brothers Comatose concert that we went to. I think I had told you that Marshall and Noah Hamilton, Allison and Wes's son, and I went, and it was in this place called the Cedar Cultural Center. Super tiny place, but can you hear some video? So when we got there, we got there early because I wanted to get there when the doors opened because I had no idea what the seating was going to be like. As it turned out, the seating was, there was no seating. And when we walked in, well, here, you can see what we looked at when we walked in. So as you can see, there was like 3 or 4 people there around the merch table. That's the stage, obviously. And there's nobody in this place. There's one guy sitting over there, maybe 2 sitting in those seats. So that's all the seats there were, right there in the corner. And then that's back, that's back around to the front doors and then back. And then now here's back in the other corner, kind of behind the seats. And this is about 7:30. And as you can see, there's just like not that many people wandering around. I thought that was pretty darn funny that we got there so early. But by God, we were prepared. So you can see it's just not that big of a place. So anyway, when so there were 3 bands playing. There were the Little Smokies out of Missoula, Mipso out of North Carolina, and then of course Brothers Comatose out of San Fran. So Little Smokies played first, and they were really kind of a true bluegrass band. Here's some. Hold on, before I start the video. We actually really like Little Smokies. Marshall, you like Little Smokies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know Noah really liked Little Smokies. Getting a CD afterwards, but it was almost debatable as to, I don't know who the crowd favorite was, whether it was Brothers Comatose or Little Smokies, because Little Smokies had some really great energy, especially with the dobro player and the guitarist who looked kind of like Jerry Garcia. But anyway, so here's some video from Little Smokies. And as you can see, I'm not that close at this point because nobody was standing close to the stage. It was kind of awkward, so I didn't want to walk right up next to the stage and stand there. So I didn't. I really didn't get any video at all of Mipso. Primarily, really kind of for 2 reasons. One is, God, they were so mellow. They just weren't really my thing. I mean, they were fine. They did a couple of. They did one song that I thought, God, this guy sounds like James Taylor, the lead singer. And as it turns out, it was a James Taylor cover. And that was the only band that had a woman in it. She played fiddle and did vocals. But she was, they were pretty good, but just wasn't really my thing. And also my knee was starting to hurt. I had been on my feet a lot all of that day. So I went and just sat down in the chair. And again, there was only maybe 10 people sitting down and maybe 100 people, maybe 200 in the audience. Marshall. Oh, he's gone. So anyway, and then Brothers Comatose came on. Now what I did is when they came on, I moved all the way up to the front and got right next to the stage. So here's some video of that. So you can see, I'm right there in front of the lead singer, and the bassist is, I'm so close I can't even get the whole bass in the frame, which is pretty cool. And here's some really, it's not even up close to video, it's just me of his foot with him playing tambourine, which I thought was great. Now, this is a really cool spot. This is between the first and second song, and the bassist just starts ripping off this tune. It was really good. And I'm pretty sure it was a Metallica tune, but I couldn't place it. But he's super into it. And the great thing was just being that close, and just really, it was it was so fun being a part of that. And it wasn't a part of the song they were doing or any of that. It was, he's like filling the gap between two songs, which I thought was really cool. But they were all super into the audience. The audience was into them, and there was just generally love going back and forth, which is nice. So now, after Mipso played, actually Little Smokies came back on for another song or two, and then Brothers Comatose came on, and then after Brothers Comatose were finished, they did a super jam with all three bands came on.
Not a super jam, a super jam.
A what?
A super.
Super jam. Super jam. How many people would you say were in the audience? 300?
Something like that.
Maybe 300 people. I think they said it held, 600 when there was no seats? Anyway.
But it got pretty packed once they got to Brothers Comatose,
yeah,
and they started playing.
Yeah. But it was still not so packed that you couldn't walk all the way up to the front of the stage if you wanted to. I mean, there was no, it wasn't a mosh pit. You couldn't have done any stage diving without actually landing in a gap and hitting the floor. So don't think I didn't think about it. So anyway, so the Super Jam was at the end, and for whatever reason, the lead singer for Brothers Comatose and one of their guitarists, who also is going to play mandolin, came back on and just did Long John. Now the lead singer for Brothers Comatose was playing the Banana Maracas, which I thought was hilarious. So anyway, here's some video from that. So here's they're all just warming up and getting in tune, and they all played a bunch of. They played 3 songs, I think, one of which was Bob Dylan. Now, for me, I would have preferred if they had played Prince. I mean, if they're going to play a Minnesota guy, they should have played Prince. So that's the Woman in Yellow there, and this guy in the plaid. Those are the lead singers for, those are the audience members, those are the band members from Mipso. So anyway, so you can see as I went around there, it just wasn't that crowded. So here's the dobro player from Little Smokies. He was really good. Really, really good. And then this guy from Mipso, this is the guy from Mipso with the plaid. He was really good too. He was a really good guitarist, good vocalist. So we just had a thoroughly great time. Everybody at the end of the show, it was great to see everybody up there jamming. They're all doing their thing. They're all getting along. And apparently all 3 of these bands are touring all over the states together. And so I think they've been developing kind of a sense of camaraderie and, having a great time. I did take a bunch of stills, and let me get those in this frame. Here are those. Here's the Banana Maraca I was telling you about, I don't know what else to add. Anyway, we had a great time. We had a really good time that night. Marshall ended up driving home, which was fantastic because I could sleep. It was about 2 hours and 50 minutes away. And all things considered, it was just, it was really fun to be up there, to be at the show, and to be able to see this great of music at this, as close as I was. Now, I'm not even sure actually there was that great a sound where I was standing, but it was well worth getting that close, just to be that close to see everything, the fingering and everything that went on. So anyway, thanks for watching my video. That's my story, and I guess I'm sticking to it.